so this is a very quick tour of the MK workshops. This is the first machine that I actually had, and it literally got craned off the back of a lorry, and I started pulling the levers on it to find out what everything did. All the original MKs were prototyped on this and made on this machine, every single part. I've spent a lot of time at this machine, and I have to say it's still probably my favourite. Despite it being the oldest, everything's really tactile. You can move the levers about, your hands rest in the right positions. It's just got a really nice kind of feel under your hands. But this is obviously an old machine. It's come from a kind of golden age of industry and engineering, which has kind of moved on. We've basically come more towards computer controlled machines now. This is not completely up to date, but it's a bit more modern than that one, and it's got a range of different tools that it uses to come in and cut the workpiece, whatever it is that you're making. So this again is what we use to make prototype parts. So we will make one-offs where we just change one dimension by like a tiny little bit, just to see what effect that has on the sound. With this and that machine there, they're both lathes. So the workpiece, so we could maybe put in a piece of bar like this, it goes in the chuck and it spins, the workpiece spins. The tool comes in, it does what it needs to do, comes out, the carousel flips round, a different tool comes in and works on the workpiece again. This is a lathe, that's a lathe. This here is a milling machine. So this works in a completely different way. In this machine, the tool actually spins and we clamp the workpiece, whatever it is. So I can give you an example of something that's cut in the milling machine, like this. We clamp that down and the tool can move around to create profiles in the workpiece. So this again is a really versatile machine. This part here, actually, some of the drill holes were done in this machine, but the actual shape and all this part here was actually made on an updated version of that machine there, which is like this here. This again has multiple tools, so you can actually see the tools here. That's the tools that go in the machine. You load in 20 at a time, and the tool can call, the machine can call the different tools. It will come in and it will work in a sequence. So it's controlled from this screen here. You close the door over and the machine just works away at what it needs to do. So this kind of machine is interesting because not only do we make prototype parts for whistles in this, but we also make parts that then become the machines that then make the whistles. So I can give you an example of that just now. So this here, for example, this is a machine that will become parts. So this will hold 5 different whistles at a time. Well, obviously we're looking at the inside here just now. But all these parts are made in that milling machine over there. So it will actually go, this will be used in that machine as well. So it's like the parts are being made for the machine itself, almost like it's regenerating itself. So these are the kind of like general sort of metalworking lathes and mills. We've got more specialist machines that just do 1 or 2 specific jobs. So this, for example, here, this machine only polishes tube. That's all it does. We feed the tube in at one end here, and it comes out at the far end. So let's see if I can find an example. Actually, there's no examples. Yeah. There we go. So there's a finished polished tube. There would be an example of one that it starts out. So that's all that this machine does. We just feed it in at one end and we get these out at the other end. This machine here is another example of a computer controlled milling machine. You can see the control panel up here. That feeds code into this machine that does the work it needs to do. What that machine does is it puts the undercut on the mouthpiece. So that's as it finishes up, that's as it starts. And that's all that that machine does. But when we cut these, we end up with sharp edges. So we have to do something about the sharp edges, because obviously people are going to be playing these. You can't just leave sharp edges on the mouthpiece. So we have over here, all our machines are called after Sesame Street characters. This one's called Oscar the Grouch. And all Oscar does is sits there and shakes all day long. So anything that goes in there, there's basically this stone media that's just in there shaking. Anything we put in there gets rounded off by the stone media, like pebbles on a beach or something. Everything gets rounded off. Any sharp edges get taken off. So that's Oscar the Grouch. This is just a cleaning tank, an ultrasonic cleaning tank that we use to clean parts at various different stages of the process. This is like some of the parts that we're seeing in production that are coming through the process after they've been glued and yeah. Don't know how to finish it.